Hey, Pete.
Hey, man.
You know what today is?
July 3rd,
Any other relevant?
Canada Day.
It's Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Anything?
No.
I'm Adam Manis,
And I'm Peter Martin.
and you're listening to the You'll Hear It podcast.
Daily jazz advice coming at you.
Coming at you today is Wednesday, July 3rd.
Take two.
Take two,
I said something inappropriate.
as happens.
That hopefully will never hit the light of day.
I mean,
so
it
we're
is-
starting over again. Very
is-
rare for us.
It is hump day.
It
But that
is.
wasn't even the
I know,
inappropriate
that
thing.
wasn't good. And I didn't know. That was not a little cute thing we were doing at the beginning. But now that I know, we're actually talking about hump day on hump day. I'm excited. I want to know what today feels like. But tomorrow's a holiday, so it's...
Yeah, it's like the weekend for
I'm
most
trying to clap
folks.
my hands like Adam Manis to see if it works.
Make your point emphasized by clapping your hands. Today's episode of the You'll Hear It podcast is sponsored by SoundSlice. We love SoundSlice around here at Open Studio. We use it all the time. It's an amazing transcription tool. Go to soundslice.com/transcribe to see for yourself. You could also check out the incredible community where you can view other people's slices to see what they've transcribed.
I've been having fun in that community.
Yeah,
I've been bouncing around in there. It's a lot of fun. I kind of had
Mixing it
forgot
up.
about it for a little while, and then not only our page, there's some great guitar stuff. Pat Martino is well represented in there, and it's a cool little community happening.
Go check them out.
Yep.
So today,
Yes.
let's check out this speak pipe.
It's
that we
Hump
got.
Pipe Speak Pipe Wednesday.
Did you say hump pipe?
No, Hump Day. Sorry, Hump Day Speak Pipe Wednesday.
I think you said hump. Okay,
Andrew's
here we go.
laughing. All right, this is good.
Hey, Peter and Adam. My name's Anthony. I'm from North Carolina. I'm a beginner jazz pianist, and my question to you is, if you had to choose one thing to practice every day, whether you had 15 minutes or 5 hours to practice, what would that one thing be that you'd practice every day no matter what? Thanks, guys. Love your show. Keep up what you're doing.
Oh, I love this. I mean, this is tailor-made for the kind of clickbaity titles we have. What are we calling this today?
Yeah.
Oh, if you could choose one thing to practice, what would it be? And that's exactly what he's
I
asking.
mean, if we wanted to get real clickbaity, and we'll see how Andrew posts this,
Right.
dear listeners, but it could be like the one secret thing you could practice,
Right.
Number one will blow your mind.
Right,
That's only
right.
one.
Yeah. Well, no, that'll be like, what it does to your playing after 7 weeks will blow your mind.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not going to believe what you look like after 77 years of practicing like this.
Let's give we're going to give Andrew a clickbait challenge to see what
Yeah.
kind of title he can come up with on this.
That's right.
This is a dangerous proposition.
Yeah. Well, but this is both a clickbaity subject, but also a very, I think, important subject.
Totally.
One that we've kind of hit on a little bit in terms of from the angle of flexibility in your practice, knowing that, some days you have 15 minutes, some days you have 5 minutes. And we really like to preach the concept of get to your instrument every day, whether that's for 5 minutes or for 5 hours
Totally.
or 15 hours. And so you got to know look, practicing one thing comes into play more when you've only got 15 minutes
Sure.
than if you have 5 hours. I think we need to be careful at the piano actually about practicing the same thing, both from a physical standpoint and from a mental standpoint when you have long stretches. You want to take breaks and you want to mix it up because definitely the law of diminishing returns. This instrument is like a prime example of law of diminishing returns of repeating something over again. I mean, probably all instruments are, but there's some specific physical things about it
Yep.
that you'd want to keep from doing the same
Well,
thing.
and there's a risk of injury
Yeah.
as well if you're just doing the
And
chromatic.
like we always say, we're not doctors of,
No.
we're not medical doctors, but we're doctors of jazz podcasts up in here. So
Yeah.
we have a little bit of opinion on this.
It's an interesting question too because and I'm going to take these headphones off, but
Oh, I think I'll join you on that.
yeah, I can't really
Since
hear
it's hump day.
anything, Andrew, and that's on you, buddy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so when we talk about what to practice, we always say a lot of the same things. We talk a lot about the chromatic scale and the good it can do for your fingers and your
Yeah.
hands, and just your awareness of the instrument. So there's scales and arpeggios. Those are things that are always in my routine. But if I
Yeah.
could only practice one thing,
I know. I can feel us dancing around a little bit, and so we have to like center in,
I
and
know.
we're gonna have to both either do. Well, you know what? A little bit later in the episode, we might have to just say it at the same time, so that we don't just agree with each other what that one thing is.
yeah.
Like we like do a countdown or whatever.
To what it, yeah. Well, I'm thinking of
So
options.
let's talk
here.
about all the things we wouldn't want to do.
Yeah, okay. No, this is good. So I actually wouldn't want to do the chromatic thing if I could practice one
Right.
thing.
No.
Because that's not really going to give me all the tools I need to do
Right.
what I need to do.
It's an important part
It is.
of practice, but it's not like that one thing.
Yeah.
And actually, I think, it's interesting because, I remember reading a book about something like the important things about, something about one things. No, it's called The One Thing. It's
Literally.
yeah, it's called The One Thing.
Well, Anthony, check that book
Yeah,
out.
Check that out. No, but it's got nothing to do with music. It's kind of like a entrepreneurship kind of book. But the idea is that, there's always that one overriding important thing. It's different for everybody, different for every business, different for every organization, for every musician. I think you can extend that too. But the idea being like, are you willing to focus on that one thing? And it's usually a concept or a construct or a framework. And I think that sort of idea we can take, and this may not be what Anthony's looking for as far as like a magic pill, as far as practice the secret blues scale every day for 5 hours and you'll be great. It's not about that. But like, we can think about starting to focus in on something that's important. It's still not going to answer his question, but we're going to get to that in a minute.
Yeah. Yeah, there's so much. There's so much.
Let's
going
talk
on.
about some more things that we wouldn't do. Chromatic scale. I think any kind of scale.
Any scales I wouldn't
Yeah.
do just because it would. It's not all encompassing. It doesn't
Yeah.
give you what you need to get. I probably wouldn't practice just doing voicings or some kind of thing like that, or sight reading. I wouldn't practice
Yeah.
one thing. Although those are all things that are in my regular practice routine.
Right. Right. I wouldn't say like transcribing or even playing
I
solos.
thought about transcribing, but
I mean,
it's
that's
a
great,
little-
but
a
it's
little
not
too
the one thing.
limited.
It's not the one thing.
Yeah, I think we're both heading towards the
I
same
know.
direction.
Are you
here.
thinking what I'm thinking?
I might be.
Kulau Sonatina? No. Okay.
No Beethoven either.
No.
Um,
Well, it's kind of like this is almost brings you back to the desert island record concept. If you're first of all, that's what a stupid thing. Okay, if you're on a desert island, if you're deserted on a desert island, what are you gonna be worried about having a record? You don't have electricity. You don't have a record player.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How about some food?
Yeah.
How about a big bag of trail mix that never goes bad? Some
gonna use-
processed food.
Use my record as a throwing star to hunt the animals that I need to eat.
Exactly. Let's
Yeah.
get tactical up here.
Totally.
No, but I think actually what I would come up with for this, whether you're going to practice 5 minutes, 15 minutes, or 5 hours, is a great piece of music that you love, that you're most passionate about.
Do you like that drum roll? Troy?
So for me, that was very good. And I actually started answering while you're still doing it, so I screwed up the drama.
was gonna
Sorry.
say.
No, but like for me, I mean, a tune like Lush Life, Billy Strayhorn's masterpiece comes to mind, because that's something that I could practice a lot of parts of my musicianship and my piano skills in the context of that tune.
Yeah.
And I would never get tired of playing it. There's so much beautiful music as part of it. You can practice so many different facets of your jazz musicianship within it. So it's kind of like like repertoire, basically. And I would say you grab something, you choose something that you love, that you're passionate about, that you could never imagine getting tired of, and you make that your one thing.
I was going to say nearly the exact same thing, and it was, I would practice some form of solo piano performance, and I would record it every day, if that was my one thing I could practice, so I can give myself feedback and
Nice.
hear how I progress. But in that performance, practicing the performance, I'm getting, I'm able to practice voicings and playing the melody and interpreting a melody and soloing and all the things that I'm going to need. And I'm practicing how to perform it in front of people. Now, if you only did that, you're not going to progress as much as you were to practice individual technical things, individual voicing things,
Yes, right.
All of that comes together to make for great jazz musicians. But if I only had one, which is very limiting,
Yeah.
I think that's what I would do.
Well, that's good. No, I think I like your little extension on it, and I think we're close there. And if you think about it, like if you're a beginner player, like Thomas from North Carolina, Thomas, right? Anthony. What am I thinking? Thomas. Anthony. Tony, if he's of Italian extraction. So the idea being, if you are more on the beginner side, you can still do this. You might not choose Lush Life, but you would choose something that is really, that you love and is simpler and is in your wheelhouse, kind of at your level, and really look at, taking it through different situations and and with an eye towards developing that musicianship, that the improvisation. And I love this concept of recording yourself. We've talked about this before, but we could never talk about it enough. Like, it's funny, yesterday I actually pulled out my phone to record something I was playing, and I do it more sort of on the fly now, but it was a little kind of an idea for a tune that I had. But then I also wanted to look, and when I wanted to be able to listen to see if I was really hearing it the way I thought I was, because that's always that thing about recording, is like, how close is it? I mean, if you have a photographic memory or like the equivalent of that for sound, you would never need to record anything because you'd remember exactly how something happened. You're like a court reporter or something. Like, you hear how it goes and you're accurate with it.
Right.
But we want to be challenging ourselves to see how accurate we actually are.
Yeah, and it never sounds exactly how it sounds as you're playing it. It's good to take that step back and hear yourself as you truly are in relation to the actual time, and everything. So
I've actually got an ultimate tip that we can do on this.
Cool.
Just to throw it out there. So
well, thank you, Anthony, for sending that speak pipe. If you want to send us a speak pipe, which is, you know what those are?
yeah, it's like you take a old tobacco pipe and speak into it, and then hold it up to a phone and send us a voice message.
I feel like you're not taking that question seriously.
I feel like it wasn't a serious
It wasn't
question.
a serious question.
No, but it was a rhetorical question so
was.
that our listeners would know.
Yeah.
Oh, and you know what? I actually went and tried to do this. Not that I was going to send us a speak pipe, but I wanted to see the process. It's a little trickier than we think. So I'm actually surprised we get as many as we do. So you go to you'llhearit.com. That's the first part. You press podcast.
Yeah.
There's a few little barriers on your way, and then it's like, contact. You got to press that.
Yep.
And then it's like leave a speak pipe. But as soon as you press speak pipe, it's like the recording thing comes up. And I think some people may be intimidated. You should not be intimidated.
Yeah,
by
leave
that.
us a voice message.
Well, yeah, but no, but you're thinking, oh, I got to record and then it's done.
No.
You have a chance to review it.
Oh, nice.
Just like you would, play a performance and then listen to it again and then fix it if you want. So do not fear. Go ahead and record it. And we would be happy, as you hear, we often do, to answer your question.
Yeah, we want to hear from you.
Yeah.
And go check out soundslice.com/transcribe for this amazing transcription tool. Shout out to Soundslice for
Our
being
sponsor.
our sponsor today. And you know what? Another big day,
It is another big day.
because we have
We're on day 2.
Day 2 of our brand new course, Jazz Piano Jumpstart. This is a course for novice jazz pianists, for aspiring jazz pianists.
Yes.
It's a 7-week Jumpstart course taught by you and I.
Right. In partnership.
Yeah, and almost you'll hear it style.
It is a little, yeah.
banter.
One of our team members mentioned today that they thought we had honed our skills on the podcast for witty banter and education all folded together.
So check it out. We have like a ton of play-alongs.
Yes.
We'll teach you all about voicings and rhythm and a bunch of stuff. We even have
Intervals.
These intervals.
Yep.
We even have these guided practice routines, which
I'm
is
excited about those.
I am too. I've been describing them as a cross between a guided meditation and a Jane Fonda aerobic workout video.
Right. Without the leg warmers.
No, I wore leg warmers.
Oh,
you just
did?
can't see them because it's just from the
Right.
shoulders up.
Right.
But go check that out. It's and the most
now we can put it out there.
exciting-
Yesterday
yeah.
we couldn't put it out
We
there.
couldn't say, but now we can say.
Now we can say it. Can we say it?
Say it.
Are we going to do it?
Let's do it.
OpenStudioJazz.com.
OpenStudioJazz.com.
That's the new home for Open Studio.
That's right. And we don't have everything up there now, but we do have the Jazz Piano Jumpstart.
Right. We have Jazz Piano Jumpstart. I believe we have Jazz Piano for Beginners, which has been ported over, and all the other courses are on their way. We have over 1,000 lessons and many more PDFs and audio downloads and sound slides. We have a lot of content. This has been fun for us, for the whole team, to kind of do this project and then to realize how much content we've created here. Our artists, our amazing artists. And so it's going to be there in the next couple of weeks, but we wanted to get this Jumpstart Jazz out to you and give you all a chance to check out the new platform. So we think you're going to love it. OpenStudioNetwork.com is still there, but eventually it's going to be in the graveyard.
Finito.
Isn't it? It's going to be finito. But everybody's account's going to be moved over and everything. Don't worry. All your courses are going to be there. The new platform is incredibly fast, beautifully designed. Very proud of what our team here has done. I think you guys are going to love it. And it's just the beginning. We've got a lot of new cool stuff with the quizzes and the support materials and stuff. We think it's going to be kind of a game changer, an ability for people to move through our courses. And Jazz Piano Jumpstart is a great example of this. Move sequentially through as you finish a lesson or a guided practice routine or PDF, whatever it is that's next, crosses it out, and then you keep moving on. Keeps track of right where you are.
Yeah. So go check out Jazz Piano Jumpstart. It's only $77. Why 77? Because we love the sevens.
We love
around
70.
here.
This is our lowest priced course ever outside of
know.
the PAX, I think. So.
But also, the first 100 customers who buy the Jazz Piano Jumpstart get a free workbook. That's like a physical workbook worth
Physical
about
workbook, right.
$38 that
Yep.
will ship to you for free. You pay
Yep.
nothing for it. First 100 customers.
Free
get that
shipping
stuff.
anywhere in the world, I believe.
Yeah,
I'm not even sure if that's true, but we're gonna, you know what? We're gonna make that happen.
That's a deals with a Z.
Because a lot of times people like free shipping U.S., Canada only. I'm like, we got love for everybody in the world. I don't know if we can afford to get it to you, but we're gonna try. No, free shipping, free physical workbook. But look, when you get and actually the workbook's not even quite. We don't even have it here yet. It's gonna be here in a couple of days, but you will get it shipped as soon as it's ready, which will be momentarily. But as soon as you get the course, you can download a PDF version of the whole workbook anyway, so you're not going to be missing anything. This is more just a thing to put on your coffee table so that when your friends come over, they can be like, oh, what's that? You can be like, oh, would you like me to play a little something I learned from Jazz Piano Jumpstart?
That's right.
Yeah.
So if you want to learn jazz piano for the first time, go check it out. If you're one of our Open Studio members already, be on the lookout for the new platform to your course coming soon.
Yep.
And until tomorrow.
You'll hear it. Hey, Adam.
Yeah.
We signed off before we gave the ultimate tip. Man.
Oh,
We gotta
did
get that in there?
Did I forget that?
Well, we both did, man.
sorry,
You know,
dude.
we're in this together.
Do you remember what it is?
I do remember.
Okay.
So look, whether this concept of one thing to practice on, I think we gave a couple of really nice ideas. But with this, the ultimate tip on how to do this, whether you've got 15 minutes or 15 hours to practice, is to challenge yourself the appropriate amount. Okay, so like if you're going to take one tune and practice it, if you're going to take one concept and really work on it, you want to have it, say with the repertoire to be just challenging it up, maybe 10%, 20% above where you are, so that you can both have an edifying experience as you're practicing it and also be challenged and progressing. So it's got to be something you're passionate about, but it's got to be something just a little bit out of your reach.
That's right.
Now, it's not a scientific thing as far as how do you figure that out. You have to be able to get through the tune.
Yeah.
But it can't be just so easy that you're zoning out on
But
it.
don't only play things that you're good at.
Exactly.
We preach this all the time.
Exactly.
Yeah, you got to challenge yourself a little bit. Love it.
Yep.
Well, until tomorrow, really.
You'll hear it. Oh, hey, Adam, you didn't let us say our ultimate tip. Man. What's up?
Yeah, I dropped something.
Why,
What?
Why'd you cut me off?
Sorry,
man?
what do you got? What do you got?
Okay, ultimate tip for if you only had one thing to practice.
Yeah.
You know what? I forgot what I was going to say. But I knew I had something really good, man. Now you're making me nervous with that sound.
Oh, yeah?
No. I'm remembering now. So what it is, I'm going to tell you now. It is that...
Sounds like you're
No, I
stalling.
totally
It
forgot,
sounds
man.
like you're
I
stalling.
totally forgot, man.
Well, you'll hear it.